Good morning,
Good
Senator
morning.
Nelson. It's so nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you too.
Thank you for taking the time
You're welcome.
to be with me. I just want to tell you how much I appreciate the legislation that you've passed.
Oh, thank you.
As I've looked into it, I've been just so impressed with the insight that it's had into the way that hospitals really work. And what I'm here is to speak with you about reporting of all surgical site infections. In the legislation that was previously passed, certain surgical site infections are notifiable. And Texas will be using the National Healthcare Safety Network, which has the infrastructure available to report all surgical site infections. And I would really like for all deep and organ space infections to be notifiable to the health department. I feel like that will help us if there are outbreaks related to contaminated products. We would be able to find them more easily. And those types of infections might occur in surgeries that are not currently notifiable. There have been outbreaks in Denton County, and the one that I think most applies involved only 3 infections. And these are actually bloodstream infections, but they came from an infectious disease physician who spoke with the infection prevention nurse at the hospital. They notified Denton County Health Department, and Denton County Health Department initiated an investigation. They called the CDC for help, and when the CDC put out a call for cases, there were other states that had as much as 10 times as many cases but hadn't initiated investigations because they simply hadn't come up on their radar. I think the people that are most affected by surgical site infections are the people in the community, and the community is most likely to respond when their members are being harmed. And so I think it's very important for the local health department to be in partnership with the hospital when infections occur. And so I hope that Senate Bill 288 and Senate Bill 203 could be amended to include all surgical site infections.
Well, that's very interesting. I was told that it didn't happen very often. I'd be very interested in you sending me some information about those cases that you referred to, because that is my domain. That's where I live. So I would like to know that, because I wasn't aware of those. We were told it was going to be very rare and not a big thing. So I would like to look at that.
Well, I know that you've also written legislation about food safety, and
Yes.
sometimes food safety and surgical site infections can kind of have some linkages. There have been many, many reports about salmonella outbreaks in lettuce and other foods, and you are aware that there are no regulations against shipping food that is contaminated because the bacteria should be killed in the cooking process.
Yes.
As those infections have been reported, and as there's been more communication among public health departments, we have found more outbreaks. And I really believe that that may happen with surgical site infections.
Okay.
It's not always a bad thing to find infections. Sometimes it's a good thing because it leads you to those contaminated products and helps you protect many, many people.
Right. Well, send me some information. I really appreciate that, and let's look at that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right.